Hello, welcome back. Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and we are now on pack 45, and this is part 22 of the Mustang build. This is the beautiful DeAgostini 1/6 scale GT500. Apparently in America this is no longer available, which I find hard to believe. Could somebody please find out and let me know for sure, because it only became available in America a couple of months ago. I can't believe they've taken it off sale already. Anyway, if you could let me know. And where else in the world is it not available? So, here we go. There's our Mustang magazine as usual. So here we have the T5, the German Mustang. So all you VW van owners out there that have your beautiful T5s, you weren't the first. The Mustang was the first. It was called the T5 because the Mustang name was already being used by a commercial vehicle manufacturer. So there we go. The Mustang was known as the T5 in Germany. And here you can see there's a German advert. You got the Ford T5 and the Ford Thunderbird. Quite why it was called T5, I do not know. Maybe it tells you in here, but there we go. Intended for US forces, one of the reasons which prompted Ford to sell the T5 in the German market was the presence at the time of large numbers of US troops there. Mustangs sold in Germany between 64 and 79 are easily recognisable because they display the designation T5 instead of Mustang on various parts of the body. So you can see there. I'll bet you there aren't many left with T5. I bet they changed them all on Mustang. So here we have our parts going together. So today we're going to be building the prop shaft and fitting it into the model. And then here we're looking at the Ford Escort RS, the Rally Classic. Oh yes, the Escort Mark 1 and Mark 2 were very popular rally cars. What do you mean were? They always will be and always have been. They are awesome. 1968 Australian Alps Rally. Bengt Soderstrom, sorry if I've just crippled your name there, achieved one of the Ford Escort 1600 twin cam's first victories. There we go. Beautiful Mark 1 Escort. What a lovely looking car. And there's my favourite, the Mark 2 in Rothman's colours. Absolutely beautiful. That's not actually strictly Rothman's colours, is it? So, yeah, second generation, 1975, Ford gave the Escort a facelift. Beautiful, beautiful car. Worth an absolute fortune. And you can buy a brand new one these days. You can get one built for you brand new. There we go. There's Roger Clark. Famous old British name. Hannu Mikkola. Famous name in rallying. And then here we have Ari Vatanen. Yes, Ari Vatanen, the king, in the proper Rothman's colours. So, and if you're thinking about getting the model of this, there's only really one model of a Mark II Escort, which is unbelievable, which is the Italeri kit, and it's not very nice. I think the wheels are too small, the wheel arches are too big or something. And there's an RS 2000. If you've got one of those these days in that condition, you could go and buy a house with the money you get from it. So they are beautiful. But then why would you sell a Mark II Escort to buy a house? I'd much rather have the Escort myself. Still, right. Let's have a look at what we're going to be doing in this magazine today. So we have pack 45 here. So we'll get this bag open. So we'll just cut the end off the bag. We'll pour the parts out. What have we got in here? We've got our two prop shaft parts. Okay, so one is obviously the bottom and this is obviously the top. So this is going to screw into the floor pan, so it's not going to turn like the real thing. And then we've got some PS05 screws there, so they're going to be going into plastic. So there'll be no tapping in this one, guys. So we've got our parts there. So as usual, no, we won't bother today. Position the upper half of the drive shaft 45A over the lower half of the drive shaft 45B. Checking that their shapes match and the fixing points line up. Fit the two halves together to form the shaft as shown in the picture. So you can see here we have a lump here, and there's no lump. Lump here, there is no lump. So that's obviously going to go that way round. Sorry. And actually, can it be fitted together wrongly? Will it fit together? No, it physically will not go together wrong. So don't worry about that. So it's going to go together like this. The trouble is my parts are warped, so it won't stay together, but could put some glue on there if you want to. And then fit the two halves together with 3 PS05 screws as shown. So cut the bag open, and then we'll have a spare screw there as well. So we have a PSO5 screw here. So we'll put that one in the centre. Put that in. Just nip it up. Don't go graunching it. There we go. We'll put that one in there. And we'll put that one in there. There we go. Get rid of that bag. So there's our prop shaft, drive shaft, whatever you want to call it. In America they call it a drive shaft. In England we call it a prop shaft. Because in the UK we call a drive shaft is what is in the rear axle. They're drive shafts. And this is a prop shaft. In America they call this a drive shaft, and I think they call those axle shafts. Okay, so next, retrieve the chassis assembly. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to get my crane out. Oh dear. Here's our chassis assembly. Turn that over. This is the trouble, when we get this on the bench, we've got no room for anything else. I don't know how we're going to manage when we're moving forward. Where's the prop shaft gone? Come here. Drive shaft, sorry, not prop shaft. It's American, isn't it? Next, retrieve the chassis assembly. Place the chassis upside down and position the drive shaft in the centre of the semicircular channel. The rear of the shaft, shown ringed in red, okay, has an end shaped a bit like a triangle with its top cut off. This end should be by the differential housing on the rear axle. Okay, so this one... So this is the end that's going into the axle here. Okay, you can see it has this triangular section there, and this one doesn't. Or is it that end that's going in? The picture is as clear as mud. Yes, it is that end that's going in. But I should imagine, looking at it, you couldn't physically put it together wrong. You see that goes in there, but it's like a thing in a top hat, whereas that's going to clip in there nice and solid. So I guess that's got to go in and then drop down. Right, okay, so I'll show you this, how this goes. I can't get it out again now. I'm worried that I'm going to break it. That basically goes in. It has like a T-shaped slot in the axle, so it goes in and then it slides down. Okay, so I'll tip this up on the back so you can see it. Or not, I'll just have to hold it in the air. So that goes in and then slots down. See that? I doubt you can see it because everything's bloody black. So there we go. Right. So I'm going to turn that around, slot that down in there, and then those slots, those pegs will line up. And then we're going to turn it over on its side. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put I should have prepared a screw on the screwdriver. I keep doing this, don't I, guys? Where's the hole? Is that the hole there? Yes. I wonder if it will stay up on its side. Yes, it will. So that's going into there, or not, as the case may be. Oh dear, dear, dear. What's going on here? I think it has gone in now. Yes, it has. I can feel it pulling it in. There we go. So there's that one in there. And then we've got this one going into here. And there we are. We've got one spare screw as per usual. So that has been pack 45. There's our prop shaft, drive shaft fitted. There we go. So there we are, that's our drive shaft fit. We're really coming together now, aren't we? It's lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely, lovely thing. We've got all the exhaust to go in yet as well. And lots of, there's holes here, screw holes for bits and pieces, so there's lots to go in. I think we're going to have a big battery box going in there or something, because there's a grill there for a speaker. So there we are. Right, that's been pack 45. Let's have a look what pack 46 brings us. Hello guys, welcome back. Do you enjoy the sound of that V8? That's mine and I'm very proud of it. Right, so we've done pack 45. There's the prop shaft or drive shaft all fitted. We've got this massive floor. You can see how big this thing is. There's my hands. This thing is huge. Right, so let's get that to one side out the way. Just got to be careful of not breaking the exhaust when you stand it up on end. Okay, so pack 46. Let's see what this magazine brings us. So here we have the ALMS, the American Le Mans Series. This is very popular motorsport, and it is very enjoyable. No, very enjoyable indeed. So, sport as a spectacle is an important part of American culture, but the general public likes its sport to be entertaining and easy to understand. So there we go. You can see there's a Porsche RS Spider Evo of the Penske Racing team. They really do get some good looking cars turn up. Start of the 2013 race on the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. The car in the foreground is an LMP Honda. Here we go, and there's those beautiful Corvettes. Absolutely love them, and they sound incredible. And there's a beautiful Porsche. GT2 class Porsche 997. Wow, that's 2008. So they're going back a long time. We've got the parts here. We're going to be doing some gearbox work by the look of it. Looks like we have a manual transmission. And then Ford Galaxie, love them. Ford Galaxie 500, forerunner of the muscle car. Beautiful, beautiful car. The use of Ford's powerful 427 engine and successful participation in NASCAR races allowed the huge Ford Galaxie to become a true muscle car even before the term became widely used. Yeah, beautiful. The later Ford Galaxie, the big square ones, is one I like. Beautiful, beautiful. There's a 427 there. And then here's one here in proper looking like a NASCAR, isn't it? No hubcaps, off-white paint. And there's the sleek convertible. You know, convertibles just don't do it for me. Not that that matters. And then here's some specials. The Space Race. And there's a Ford Galaxie in NASCAR. Beautiful. That's when NASCAR was proper. NASCAR was a proper car you bought off the shelf. Stick a cage in it or whatever, and a very, very rudimentary cage. Take the seats out, or 3 of the seats anyway, and go racing. And that was the thing, wasn't it, with the Mustang? And buy it on Friday, race it on Saturday, drive it to work on Monday or something, wasn't it? Anyway, so in pack 46, we're going to be looking at the gearbox. And this looks like to be part 1, so pack 47 will probably be part 2. So we shall see. So we'll get that open. Get these parts out, check our parts against the list. We've got another bag here, so we'll get that one cut open. There we go, just like so. So we've got a gearbox there, so that's all in metal. We've got some plastic plates there. That's going to be our shift quadrant, that's going to be the sump. And here we've got some, I think these are actually the control levers. This looks like a rocket box, doesn't it? With the levers on the outside. So we've got all the parts there. We've got some screws. We've got 3 rods. Yeah. Right, we've got all the parts. So place gearbox connector 2, which is 46E, which is going to be this one, in position in the side of the gearbox as shown in the picture. Note that the 2 pins of the connector have different widths, so the connector will only fit one way round. It says widths, they should say diameters. Now, does this just press in? That's going to go into there, and that's going to go into there. Looks like it's quite a snug fit. That one goes in easily. That one is quite a snug fit, so it's nice you don't have to glue anything on this model. The only thing I've glued, I think, so far is the valves into the wheels, but they don't actually tell you to glue them. I glue them because if you accidentally touch them and push them back in, they fall inside the wheel, and you have to take the wheel apart to get them back out. So there's my one tip of advice, is put some glue on those valves. But that's gone in there. I'm just going to grab a knife because we've got a piece of plastic there which is unsightly. There we go. It's quite heavy, that. Right, so coming over the page, here we've got, as in the previous step, place gearbox connector 3, which is 46F, which is this one, I believe. We're going to place that into that hole there. Okay, I'm going to do this end first. So this one is going down into there. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, that one's going into there. And that is a very snug fit indeed. And then this one is going into there. So we'll give that a push in. And then this one here, I think I'm going to have to get my tweezers. We've got a flat on the end of here, like a spigot, so that gives us something to push on. There we go. That's gone in now. It's quite a push, that, so if you are a youngster doing this, you might want to go and get an adult to get it in for you, because you may not have the physical strength to get it in there. Right, now place the throttle valve plate 46C. Throttle valve plate, it's a selector housing plate. In position on the tapered end of the gearbox. Note the correct mounting orientation. The thin pin on the underside of the plate is pressed into the upper matching hole in the gearbox as shown in the picture. So the thin pin, which is here, is going into that upper hole there, and then that fatter one is going into the bottom one. So we're going to press that into place. Make sure we keep everything square. There we go. There we are. There's that in there. Nice tight fit again. Next, place gearbox connector 46D in position as shown in the pictures. The end with the thick pin fits in the gearbox 146A, while the thin pin is pressed into the hole in the throttle valve plate. Some of the wording in here, I think, what are you talking about? Okay, so that's going to go into there. That end's going to go into there. So there we are. So that's going into there. I'm going to use my tweezers again on the flats. So we've got the flats on there that we can push down on. So we can push down on there. There we go. That's gone in. And then the same on this one. Again, we've got the flats. There we go. That makes it a lot easier, actually, if you've got some tweezers or some small pliers. So there we go. That's that. Finally, insert 2 PS28 screws in the crankcase cover. The cover plate. It's not the sub, it's the cover plate on the top. Crankcase? It's not a crankcase. Cover. Do not over tighten the screws. In a forthcoming assembly, they will be used to secure the cover to the crankcase. Okay, this is the cover and this is the gearbox. Okay, this is the tail shaft, and this is the actual gearbox itself. So this is that. Yeah. So here we're going to get a couple of these screws, put them on there, and we're just going to put these in a couple of turns, just like so. And what's going to happen is, in the next part, which will be in a day or so's time, we're going to be putting that into there and tightening those screws. So you mark my words, that's what we'll be doing. So there we go. So that is pack 46 completed. So that's part 22 of the build completed. I will see you whenever, very soon, for pack 47, maybe 47 and 48, or maybe just 47. And that'll be part 23 of the build. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to let me know if it's available in your country, please. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.